take care of that part of the wait list. And under the old law and under the new law, those foster care kids are our second tier priority, right after the crisis people. And we'll continue to enroll crisis people based on the attrition.
Now, paperwork reduction. Last time we met, you said you were going to have a committee that would meet, help support coordinators, providers, reduce paperwork, and move to a more online-based system. Can you tell me what has been done to make that happen, and do you have any timelines for this?
Well, we did convene work groups where provider representatives worked with our staff to come up with a set of recommendations. Those recommendations are basically require changes to our Medicaid handbook, our waiver handbook. Our waiver handbook, of course, is a rule, so you have to go through a rule promulgation process, which can take time. We, at one time, these changes were moving in conjunction with a lot of other handbook changes, which may be a little bit more difficult to push through. What I've asked the staff to do is to pull out those pieces of the handbook changes that are strictly those agreed upon paperwork reduction activities. In other words, those things that should not be controversial with anyone, that should be highly desirable. And let's just go ahead and move those separately while we continue to work on some of these more complicated issues dealing with these other handbook changes. But that's direction that I've just given, and but that's something, and I believe we got a green light from our partners over at the Agency for Healthcare Administration. I think they're willing to do that for us. So expect to see probably a new rule development, which will just be those non-controversial aspects of the paperwork reduction. In terms of automation and trying to go more paperless, we have initiated a project to put a lot of these forms and a lot of this paperwork flow into a SharePoint type environment. Of course, since we're dealing with HIPAA sensitive information, we're having to be very cautious with that, but we are moving forward, and that is a low cost means for us to automate some of our processes given the kind of budget we have. But to me, it's a big enough priority that we'll just forego some things in order to get this completed. But over the next few months, you should start to hear more and more about the SharePoint automation process.
I do appreciate you taking the time to answer a lot of really serious questions that a lot of people have asked these questions, and need to know the answers. So I do appreciate you very much taking the time today.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.